There we go.
One more refresh for the road, boys. There it is. There is a show of comics and crap.
Good lord.
It is on the Twitter. I will retweet it and annoy you with my singing.
No, oh, yeah. You're not wrong there.
Oh, fuck!
What?
Bill Quisebly just finished drawing Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow.
You knew
I
this
am
was happening.
sad.
You knew that was going to happen soon.
I did, but it has happened now, and that makes it real. I don't like it. Tell me something that won't make me sad, Moingo.
DC will inevitably ruin Supergirl again.
That is also true. I don't know why I said also. That's the first statement you made. I would like to have the word also stricken from the record. I make that petition at this time for your consideration, chat.
There we go. But yeah, no, that's kind of it for Hit Monkey. Do you want to talk about some toys?
I guess we could do that. Yeah, we could totally do that.
So we got a Hot Toys Iron Man Mark IV.
Let me ask you this, Boingo. Let me ask you this very serious question I have
Yes,
for you as the director of this podcast,
sure,
as the Nick Fury of No Prize Podcast.
sure.
Why do I keep putting hot toys in the topic list? Neither of
Because
us will ever own one. Neither of us will ever touch one with our human hands. There's nothing to say except, yeah, that looks like the thing it is.
yeah,
Look, you can buy a deluxe version of this figure that comes with a bunch of robot arms that were in the movie for like 10 seconds for an extra $100. Good fucking crap.
yeah.
What am I doing? Why do I do this?
I don't know.
I mean, I want it. It looks nice. But fuck.
Do you want a butt fuck?
I mean, yes, but not at this exact moment.
Oh, I didn't know you were into pegging.
I'm not.
You just said you wanted a butt fuck.
Who said I wanted to get butt fucked? I said I
I. That's what
wanted
I
to
said.
butt
That's and you
fuck.
agreed. That's what I
No,
said. You agreed.
no, I said I wanted to butt fuck. Butt fucking and getting butt fucked are two different things.
Coward.
Yes.
But anyway, Mark IV, Iron Man. It's neat at minimum. It's godly expensive at maximum.
Oh, I just noticed. I hadn't seen it. Comes with the donut box. That's nice.
Yeah. But then we have some figures that are actually within a reasonable price range. Some DC Multiverse figures of
Oh God, Todd made so many announcements this week, didn't he?
yeah, well, that's Todd.
Look at these repaints. Do you want ink as Batman? Do you want Batwoman without a helmet? Do you want fucking Burning Blight? None of these things are things people really care about. These are like repaints you do 8 waves in of a Batman Beyond specific line, Todd. Why? Todd, why?
Eh, eh. He had them.
He sure did, and he couldn't have just made these alternate pieces that come with the finished figures for an extra $5.
That's about it. It's
Yeah,
not that interesting. It's just
yeah.
things.
I've soured on McFarlane quite a bit recently. Can you tell?
But we got some Mortal Kombat Wave 8 with Bloody Joker and Kotal Kahn.
Yeah, look at that. That sure is Joker from that game with blood on him. Congratulations, Todd. You did it again. Another variant.
I have a feeling Mortal Kombat fans are looking forward to the other dude.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a good looking dude.
He sure is. He looks very much like a lucha brother.
God damn it. This isn't the wrestling pod. You know what? That's something I'm not a big fan of. I don't like
What?
how plain the McFarlane Toys boxes are.
Yeah,
They feel
they
really
did.
plain.
And they didn't used to. Back when he did Movie Maniacs, those were neat boxes.
Toy packaging is cool.
Mhm. You
Yeah,
know
but
what my favorite packaging on the shelf right now is actually?
hmm.
Because it's changed since I did that video. It is now the Masters of the Universe Masterverse line because it does everything I wanted, but just a little bit better than GI Joe Classified Series because you get the nice window, you get the very nice eye-catching but not annoyingly bright colors. On the back, you got artwork, you got a full bio, you got cross cells, and like it's a unique design. Like there's these nice ridges where the top is. You don't always get that, and there's some cool angles down at the bottom. I've never seen that with figure packaging before. Mattel, rare instance of me complimenting Mattel people. Pay a fucking attention.
You know what's also good toy packaging?
What?
The Digimon for Digimon X. It's good. I like it. That's where the Digivice goes. The VPET.
I'm gonna be honest with you, that looks like a third party Transformers toy to me.
No.
That's just what those boxes look like.
It's trying to be a little retro, trying to be new, because the VPETs are fucking
Ex-
dope.
yeah, exactly. The V pets are dope though. I will agree with you on that.
Buy one so when we ever meet each other in real life, we can fucking fight with our Digimon.
Oh God. I should just so we can do that at the summit whenever the
I
summit
mean, I
happens.
got I got two, and I know damn well if I get a reliable source of income, I'm getting more because I have just been like, yee.
Snow Cone, message us back about setting a date for the summit. You bitch.
Eh.
We love you.
But you want to know what? We got some toys from SH Figure Arts Tech on Avengers.
Yeah, this is that book you were reading.
Yeah,
Look at that. It's the Captain America design.
it sure looks like armor. I mean, it
Yeah,
looks cool.
it really just looks like a fucking third party toy of Iron Patriot, doesn't it?
Yeah, to an extent.
Like it's nice that they included the shield because otherwise it wouldn't have been discernibly Captain America, but
It
hmm,
looks cool. I like it,
yeah,
but it's neat.
it sure is.
A lot of toy news, but not a lot of things we can talk about it. Oh, we got
Not a lot
more.
of garbage. Let's fucking talk about garbage, everybody, because you know that awful Bruce Wayne Drifter figure I shit on last week. Well, guess what? There's a fucking Target exclusive variant that's a better masked up head sculpt. Not like really impressive, not like game changingly better, just slightly better on an already shit looking figure. Oh, and there's a motorcycle too, and you can pre order them all. Oh, fucking. God damn it, Todd.
I mean, motorcycle looks nice.
Yeah, it's just a stripped down version of the Bat Cycle, which is cool.
It's a nice cafe racer.
hmm it's also like I like that it's a toy that it just comes with the motorcycle. You don't have to buy Bruce with it. So like if you just want to use that for stuff, some other toy line or for some figure photography, especially because it looks kind of small on Bruce himself. You could just pick this up and not have to get invested in any other DC multiverse stuff. He said totally not planning to do that.
This man looks like he's from the goddamn Walking Dead series where they had no articulation.
Yeah, it really does throw it back to that early 2010s McFarlane style, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Todd, we're meant to be going up, not down.
Can you put the fucking helmet on his head, or is it just like an accessory?
I have no idea.
I don't see any picture with the helmet on his head. You get the helmet, and I don't see any one where you can put the helmet on his head.
Todd, Todd, if people get this thing in hand and you can't put the helmet on his head, Todd, buddy, boy, what are you doing? What are you doing over there? Put the
Todd,
Batmobiles, put the Batmobiles down for 5 fucking seconds and focus on making good DC toys. I beg of you.
Todd, the man who is in control of everything in the toy shop. Todd, the man who's designing every toy single-handedly by himself. Todd.
Exactly. Look, if he's gonna make fucking Facebook videos announcing every single thing, he's signing up for this kind of ridicule.
Sure, sure. You're not wrong. It feels like Todd made a lot of announcements that did nothing.
Yeah. That's how it's been for a little while, actually. Like, I feel like since late November. It's like,
Uh,
okay, that's neat, but it could be a little better if you just did this.
yeah.
Why don't you just do this?
Cause
Todd!
that doesn't make money, though. Does it? I don't know.
I don't know. Fucking Hasbro does it, and it seems to work out fine. But what do I know? I'm not Hasbro or Todd.
I thought I could have swore you were the Hasbro, bro.
Yes, I am. I'm actually. I'm sorry. I have to reveal a secret now. You found me out. I am actually John Hasbro in disguise.
I thought
I've been
do you
hiding
not
amongst you
do you not
YouTubers, gathering
Hasbro?
data.
Do you not Hasbro?
I do Hasbro. You are my bro, but I'm John Hasbro, and I've been hiding amongst you YouTubers, gathering marketing data for years now. And unfortunately, I've been found out. So I'm sorry. This is going to be the end of the Vacuuminator identity, everybody. I hope you've enjoyed this adventure together with me, and have a nice life. I'm going to go get facial reconstruction surgery, or maybe come back as a VTuber. I don't know. I'll decide in the morning.
Oh, man legitimately pulled the gag. All right. Okay. That's fun. That's a fun look. Uh Hold on. Let me fucking do this real quick. And talk
What are we talking about first?
good. Oh, you needed to come back because here's the thing. The book we're
Oh
talking
no,
about.
I can't see your feed now. I fucked it up. I'm sorry.
You dumbass.
For those of you who don't know, for some reason, Discord just randomly won't show me Boingo's feed sometimes. And that's happening now.
You want to tell me about One Star Squadron?
Yes, One Star Squadron. Uh, Let me turn off that goddamn echo. Jesus. Uh, One Star Squadron, the first issue came out. I was a little unsure about it because it's from a very vocally liberal author. Not that I tend to disagree with liberal views. It's just he can be very obnoxious about them.
Mm.
Um, and
You don't want to be knocked over the head even if you agree with the hammer.
It's like, Nick Spencer, I like you, but could your Captain America book have not read the same as your Twitter timeline? It's that kind of vibe with this guy
Mm,
sometimes.
mm.
Um, but first issue was okay, and I gotta say, I absolutely love this second issue. This might actually be my book of the week right here because it's a spotlight issue for a character that I'm actually not super familiar with. I've maybe heard of him once or twice before. Minuteman, who's like a Silver Age character whose whole gimmick is he takes a pill that gives him Superman's powers for exactly 1 minute after he swallows it.
Hmm.
Um, and apparently the government stopped giving him his pills, and he's like down on his luck. So this issue opens with him going to a street pimp and buying the pill from him, but he doesn't have any money, so he gives him a DVD of the movie they made about him.
Hmm.
And of course he's working at Heroes for Hire, so he goes back. Red Tornado's announcing there's a big escort job coming in, and everybody needs to line up and give interviews and basically advocate why they should get the job. And Minuteman is the first guy in, and Red Tornado's like, this is way too fucking dangerous for you. I'm sorry. You're actually not getting great reviews these days. Maybe you should think about retiring from hero work and join the sales team. And he's like, fuck that. I was in a movie. And he's like, please don't bring the movie into this. And he's like, no, this sucks. You're mistreating me. You only care about your own reputation. I quit. Wait, do you have anything else? You could go do an appearance at a birthday party. No, fuck that, I quit. Wait a minute, is it within walking distance? No, but I have bus tokens. So he goes to the birthday party. And he's like, "Hey kids, I have Superman's powers sometime, and I met Superman once. Here's a selfie we took." And like you can clearly see in the picture, Superman does not want to be hanging out with this guy.
Hmm.
Um, and the dad comes out and he's like, "Yo, I paid for a superhero. Showed him some superpowers." And so he takes the only pill he got from the drug dealer, her, and he flies for a second. He lifts up the dad's car, her, and he's like, "All right, we got like 15 seconds left. Here's a bunch of hammers, kids. I'm invulnerable. Start hitting me for fun." And the pill wears off 13 seconds too early, and they beat the shit out of him.
Oof.
So he goes back to the drug dealer and is like, "Yo, what the fuck? You ripped me off." And he's like, "Those pills weren't made by the government. It's not an exact science." Like, even another addict comes in and is like, "Dude, you gotta understand there's variables here." And he's like, "Nobody asked you, butt out. Fuck you, I'm taking your whole supply." He beats him up and takes the pills and takes back the DVD. And he's like, "Nobody cheats Minuteman." Uh, and then he goes and does a fucking convention appearance because that's the only work Red Tornado will give him now that he's got another bad review. And the fucking writer of the comic is at the table next to him.
Oh.
And he's like, hey, where'd you get all that food?" And he's like, "Oh, they've got a huge spread in the VIP room. You can go in there because we're guests." And he goes back in there and he starts getting food. And one of the handlers comes up to him and he's like, "Yo, this is only for VIPs." And he's like, "I thought that was just guests." "No, VIPs is like the big name guests. I normally wouldn't try to make a scene, but like I just had to also chase off some comic book writers, so you gotta go." And he's like, but that's Brock Kingston over there. I'm Minuteman. He played me in the Minuteman movie. Brock, help me out. And they're like dragging him out, and Brock Kingston on the phone is just like, "Oh, what? No, no, it's just some fan. Don't worry about it." Like,
Hmm.
this guy is a down on his luck loser, but it's never depressing. The book always keeps it funny. There's a lot of little gags in here with him.
It sounds like he's down on his luck because he pushes his luck.
Hmm.
Like, it's never the world is shitting on him. The world's going like, dude, take a fucking clue.
Yeah, the world isn't going to do him any favors, and so he's not doing himself any favors. And eventually it ends up with him calling Red Tornado to pick him up, and Red is about to leave the offices when it turns out in the background of this issue the whole time, Power Girl has been basically sweet talking a bunch of other no-name heroes around the office, and they're gonna basically pull a workplace coup on Red Tornado. And that's the cliffhanger leading into the next issue.
They're gonna start a union.
I think that's what it's going for, yeah.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, I like this issue a whole lot. This book is getting better by the issues so far, which is pretty good because it's only got 6 of those.
Nice. So, Shang-Chi.
So, okay, Shang-Chi. What's going on in Shang-Chi?
Shang-Chi, family's in disarray. So Shang-Chi had to deal with his brother. He's in jail now. A lot of the family doesn't like him right now. A lot of different things, and he is sit down, is having a meal with his mom because his mom's cognizant now. She's out of the negative zone long enough. She's able to think. She's able to talk better. And they start talking. It's like, yeah. Oh, hey, mom. By the way, what's the new origin again? Oh, we're retconning it to be like the movie a little bit more. It's not going to be exactly like the movie, but we're taking what bits of the movie people really enjoyed and combining it with the parts of your already comic book origin and just making it a new retconning origin. Here you go. Here's the origin for all the.
Boingo, remind me, how long in advance are comics usually written?
Good couple months.
So is it at all likely that this was like written the week after the movie came out?
It's just very possible, but it's also like it's an origin explanation for the people who might be interested in reading Shang-Chi after getting into the out of the movie. But it's not
I'm
like
just like I could just picture the writer in the theater going like, oh, getting his phone out and going like, oh shit, that's good, that's good, that's good.
like they did the whole fucking alternate world. They brought in the fucking Chinese dog horse things. Like you literally see what it was it Melvin Morton
Morris.
You literally see the species that Morris is in the corner of one page. It is literally, hey, people who watch the Shang-Chi movie, here's some Shang-Chi movie stuff. Here's
Brand synergy and copyright reinforcement, everybody.
But also here's some of the comic book stuff, so you can kind of get some of the comic book. And here's a good starting point for Shang-Chi the comic. Cool. But it's also not.
They should have plastered like new story starts here on the cover or something.
Because that's exactly what it is. Because a bunch of people who are dissatisfied with Shang-Chi's takeover of the hidden weapons society, basically go like, we're gonna fucking kill you. Fuck you, bitch. So they have a little fight, and then his mom goes like, oh shit, I know what's happening here. Someone's coming. Who's coming? Your grandfather. And we just see this old fucking martial arts man coming in, badass old guy.
All right,
and that's the end of the
Marvel's
issue.
Uncle Iroh debuting next month. Let's go.
But yeah, no, good Shang-Chi. Good Shang-Chi.
Yay.
Tell me about fucking Darkhold Wasp.
I read this literally just because I was listening to a random episode of Off the Rack and Tiffany said it was good. And I was like, hey, I like Wasp and I trust Tiffany. And then I read this and this is like Marvel's take on Psycho. Holy shit. Like, this is like really. Like, I get that that's the point, but this is really depressing and bitter, and the art looks like Mike Mignola for some reason. And there's a lot of Kang, and Wasp never puts on her helmet, and like fucking Hank is actually really fucking abusive and absent in this story to the point where Wanda just has enough of it and up and murders him at the end. Like this is a thing and a half. This is woo.
I mean, that's what the Darkhold stories have been. It's basically like, hey, what if this character was really fucked up?
Yeah. That being said, I would like a Marvel Legends of the outfit she's wearing on the cover. It's really nice. It looks very Age of Ultron or Age of Apocalypse.
It's probably gonna happen one day. But yeah, that's probably it.
Yeah.
Hey, tell me about World of Krypton.
I love this issue of World of Krypton. This is really good because this is basically like the reason for this series existing way back when John Byrne was writing Superman was fleshing out the backstory and the lore of Krypton, and they're really doing that again, but for a new audience here because this is basically like a modern origin for the Phantom Zone.
Hmm.
Um, because if you remember, the last issue was basically basically like a post-birth baby shower Kryptonian tradition kind of thing for Kara, but it ended up getting attacked by terrorists. And the guy who let the terrorists in was like the secret third L brother we've never heard of before, Crew L. And he's on trial here.
Deville.
Um, Thank you. Uh, and that's how this issue opens is like, hey, the trial of Crew L is beginning. Meanwhile, at the fucking lab, Jor and Zor are testing the what's not yet named the Phantom Zone projector. They're just like, we discovered this alternate dimension that maybe everybody could hide in if the planet starts blowing up. Let's see what's in there. So Jor-El goes in there, and then like Zor gets a transmission saying, "Hey, let me the hell out." Oh, and Jor goes, "Why the fuck did you wait 12 hours?" And he's like, "It was less than a minute." Oh fuck. I couldn't feel my body. I could barely tell I existed. Like all I could track was the passage of time, and apparently that's different there. We can't use that. We can't put anybody in there. And then fucking Zod walks in and he's like, "Oh, hey guys, what's up?" And they're like, "Oh, we're just chilling. We're just testing out a potentially really dangerous thing that hopefully nobody ever touches again." And he's like, "All right, but this looks cool. So, could I get the specs?" Um, and then later they're at Cruel's sentencing, and they're like, "Yo, Zod is the new, what title do they give him to carry out your sentence? No, some he is the newly appointed chief of planetary security. Um, and so he comes out, and they're like, "Oh, this is great! Zod got a promotion. Our friend Zod, this is awesome." And he's like, "Yo, this dude betrayed his whole fucking family. He tried to get a baby killed. Fuck him. Here's a new sentencing device we came up with. It's called the Phantom Zone. Bye." And Jor in the audience is like, "What the fuck? No, 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 don't do that!" And they just send him away. And then after, um, Jor pulls Zod aside and he's like, "What the fuck? I told you that was dangerous and terrible, and now it's in the hands of the government. What is wrong with you?" And he's like, "I saw an application for a technology. I put it in there. What do you think the military does with the stuff you hand them?" And he's like, "Well, I don't know, but I don't usually get to see it, and that was pretty dramatic." And and Zod is like, "Yeah, that's my whole fucking life. Like, you always wonder why I'm really quiet and angry and bitter sometimes? It's because I see this shit on a daily basis. Fuck you, science, man. You get to say, hey, all your big fancy words at me and sit in your lab all day. I gotta be down in the dirt and the grit where the sun don't shine and the birds don't sing, and I gotta deal with this every day. Fuck you." And so, um, Jor goes home to Lara and he's like, "I think the planet's gonna blow up, and I think my best friend hates me now. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do." And she's like, "We'll figure it out. It'll be okay." And it's like, they're not gonna figure it out. It's not gonna be okay. The planet's gonna blow the fuck up.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right.
Mhm. Also, like 2 years have passed in between this and the first issue.
Hmm.
Like there's literally a moment where Zor-El goes, "Kara's walking now, and the planet might blow up before she's old enough to drive." That's really fucking with my head.
Oof.
Hmm.
So I read Thor 20,
Hey,
also known as the God of Hammers Part 2.
sick.
So whoever has Mjolnir has just been going around the Nine Realms fucking shit up. Just like killing everything in its path.
As you do, as you do.
So they're at Nidavellir, and Thor is like sending his last regards to the dwarves and the forgers who had died there. And Odin's there and goes like, "All right, fuck off. A king can't rule on his knees." And Thor just looks at him and goes like, "You motherfucker. This is all your fault. Because here's the thing. I will do what I please. I'm the fucking king now. Fuck you. Secondly, this is all your fault because all of your spells and rules and all the things that you made and set in place are failing now, and you didn't tell me jack and shit."
Fair.
Like, and that's Odin's response. It's like, "You're not wrong." It's like, "You're not wrong, but fuck you." Like, literally, Thor even brings up Donald Blake and go like, "You put Donald Blake in a situation where he'd go insane. Fuck you." Alright? And then they're immediately called by Loki, who is the king of Jotunheim right now, and the god of story. Not the god of lies, the god of story. He's kind of a goody guy right now. And he just goes like...
He reads to children at the libraries every other Saturday.
Yeah. He basically goes like, "Alright, you two motherfuckers, you want to explain this shit?" And you see a bunch of frost giants dead in a mountain range. And they're just like, "Oh, shit."
They just go, they both go, "He did it!"
No. Like, Loki's not having any of it. It's like, "Okay, what the fuck are we doing here? How are we solving this?" And Thor just goes like, "I'm trying to figure this out." And they're just trying to figure out all the different things, what's going on, all that kind of stuff. And then Bifrost appears behind Thor, and he goes like, "I smell Bifrost." And Sif goes in and goes like, "Thor, don't be angry."
Oh no.
As they go to Midgard, to the city of Braxton, where they landed Asgard in Oklahoma.
Oh no.
And it's decimated.
Oh.
Thor rages out, goes, "Fuck all of this shit. I don't care if there's a prophesized god of hammers. I don't give a shit." He summons Mjolnir into his hand, and as it comes close to him, it stops before he can grab it. And Thor just goes like, "Alright, who the fuck are you? I don't give a shit. Are you the god of hammers? What are you?" And you hear a voice, and it's just like, "Thor, you know who the fuck I am. It doesn't matter what kind of prophecy it is. It doesn't matter what. It doesn't matter who I am. You've known me the entire time as an old being of energy. It's emanating from the hammer, holding it aloft. As she says, I am Mjolnir. The god of hammers is the spirit of Mjolnir in the hammer. There is nobody who stole it. Mjolnir just went fucking wild. And the hammer's a girl.
This is gonna lead to so much Rule 34.
I mean, yeah. I think the people who are working with Thor right now and Thor-like characters are just going like, let's just turn their inanimate object that they have a strong emotional connection to into ladies that they can bang. Because the same thing happened on Beta Ray Bill.
God, imagine if that happens in the MCU when Natalie Portman, after another 3 movies, is just like, I'm done being Lady Thor. They're like, fuck it, Mjolnir is its own character now, and it's CGI.
Yeah. But, yeah, no. So that's the end of the issue of the hammer just going like, I'm alive, bitch, fuck you. And Thor just going like, fuck my life. I had to deal with fucking Null shit, and then Galactus, and then I had to fucking deal with the fucking Donald Blake, and now I have to deal with you. Like, god damn it, can't my life be fucking normal?
When this is eventually all dealt with and the hammer's with him again, because you know that's gonna happen, I hope it's like a fucking... Did you ever watch the Matt Smith episode, The Doctor's Wife?
I think I did.
I hope it's like that, where it's just like, what am I supposed to call you besides Mjolnir? And he's like, and the hammer's just like, well, you did call me sexy once. And he's like, well, I was in the heat of battle, and...
But yeah, that's kind of the vibe.
Nice.
Hey, you want to tell me about fucking John being a xenophobe on the cover of this goddamn comic book?
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. That's like not really in this fucking issue at all. Like this is
I just find it funny. It's just like, get off my planet, bitch.
yeah, this comes off like just a random cover they had sitting around, and they were like, we forgot to draw one this issue. Grab one out of the emergency drawer. Yeah, that'll work. Because what's actually going on in this issue is we open up and Batman's talking to Lois and he's like, here's how they were able to fucking attack the Kent house. They used a fucking crop duster and went in under radar. And we were like, oh yeah, a crop duster. That's supposed to be in Kansas, right? That's fine. And then they just dropped a metahuman on you. Sorry. And she's like, God damn it, Bruce. So then we cut over to John, and John's just floating in the sky as Superman is wont to, and he goes like, I've been to other planets. I've lived in the future. I've fought a bunch of monsters and shit, but I've never been this nervous. But I'm Superman, and I gotta fucking do this. I can do this. And he flies up to Jay's window and asks him on a date.
Oh, so this is the issue with the kiss.
No, that was last issue.
Oh, okay.
Now it's like they're officially a couple. Here's them going on a date.
Okay.
Um, and their date is they go sit on top of the Daily Planet globe and have pizza that John flew all the way to New York to get, which is a big fucking pet peeve of mine. New York should not exist in the DC universe. Metropolis is the New York of the DC universe, and Gotham is the Chicago of the DC universe.
But then they're not close to each other. That's what Zack Snyder says, that they're right next to each other.
Zack Snyder says a lot of things, and he's not involved with DC anymore. Coincidence? I think not. Anyway, um, we also get some more of Jay's backstory. We find out that like his mom was also the former president of the country Henry Bendix has taken over, and she was taken away, and he hasn't seen her since, and like that's also how he got powers. Is Henry Bendix is conducting experiments on people to turn them into metahumans. Um, and they're like, oh, there's data for it in this one Star Labs building. Maybe we should go get it. And so Jay dresses up all stealthy and goes in to get it because he's got the walk through walls powers. And then fucking Damien is there getting it. And it's like, Robin, what are you doing here? And then I shit you not, Lois walks in wearing a lab coat and a Star Labs badge, and it's like, Damien's friends, what are you doing here? Guess we all had the same idea. Shit. And Damien's like, I already have the stuff on a flash drive. Do y'all just want to go? Does one of you actually know where John is? And so they go talk to John and they're like, yeah, here's footage of the metahuman that destroyed the Kent farm being transported, and you can see the ambassador to the country Henry Bendix is in charge of, and like some other important people standing right next to him. This is really incriminating. We can use this. And then the camera kind of pans back from Lois and Jay looking at that, and you see John and Damien talking, and John's like, Damien, why the fuck you smiling? It's creepy coming from you. And he's like, nothing, it's just, you know, I'm happy for you. Because
Oh.
you seem happy. He's like, oh, thank you. Thanks, buddy. And then Lois walks over and she's like, Damien, why are you smiling? It's creepy.
I would love it if Damien's just like a really like supportive guy and no one trusts it because he's Damian Wayne and he's smiling.
That's honestly, that's what made me like Damian Wayne finally. Because until I came to understand more since Batman, I was one of those people who hated Damian. But then when I started reading him with John, I was like, oh, he's an asshole to everybody but his best friend. Okay, I get this guy now. I like him. And then I like
He's a
reverse
Vegeta.
engineered it.
He's a
Yeah,
Vegeta.
exactly. I had to reverse engineer it from Vegeta.
He's a
Um,
Vegeta who actually likes his Goku.
yeah. But then they figure out that the ambassador guy who's in the footage is on a cargo ship headed for the Henry Bendix country that I can't remember the fucking name of. So they go there and they're like, "Oh, hey, you're fucking human trafficking on this boat too. Let me save these people real quick." And they shoot him with some weird stuff. And he's like, "Okay, plan B, I'm just gonna grab the ambassador and run." And so John takes him up into the upper atmosphere to interrogate him. And then we cut to him going up to Jay and being like, all right, tell him everything you tell me, but first tell him the big important thing that made me freak out. And then the final reveal of the issue is a double whammy of Jay's mom is alive, and Henry Bendix has her, along with a whole bunch of fucking other people that he's experimented on. He's basically sitting on an army of metahumans.
And the prom's tomorrow.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Are you still enjoying it?
Yeah, it was a solid issue. Not like as good as this series has been, but like solid. It's like a 7 or an 8 compared to the usual 9 I expect.
That's good. All right.
What's happening? What are we talking?
Inferno issue 4.
Oh goodness.
The last issue of Inferno.
Oh, I love that cover. It just popped up on the stream for me.
The last issue of Inferno, thus the last issue of Hickman writing anything X-Men for the time being. So, I am going to try and pull it up real quick so I can actually go over the minutia. Okay.
Holy shit.
Okay. So first things first, last issue we left off with Professor Xavier and Magneto on the Orcus satellite staring down an army of humans who want to murder them. Because they're mutants. And they're just going like, alright, we are a little in over our head, Eric. And they're like, we're fine, we can do this, we can handle this. And they start formulating a plan, doing all this kind of stuff. As the human guard just like starts barking orders. As Nimrod goes like, hey, you can't recognize the look in their eye, Commander. I mean, these guys will die for their cause. And he goes like, yeah, so would we. So you would. And so Omega Sentinel and Nimrod just kill all their human underlings.
What the fuck?
Just murder them. Just dead. And then Professor Xavier asks the obvious question, what the fuck are you doing? And they go like, they're humans. We don't fucking care about them. That's never what this has been about. This hasn't been humans versus mutants. This is mutants versus machines. Because if mutants exist, humanity lives on, but machines take over both.
Oh god damn it, we're in Skynet territory now.
We're in Skynet territory. Because also remember, there's time travel involved.
Oh shit, Bill Wirtz is on is doing a run in.
So basically, they start having a big old fucking brawl as Magneto uses all of his magnet powers to just squish them as much as he can and do a bunch of stuff. And it's a big battle brawl thing. They break Cerebro and they keep going like, where's Moira? Because remember, they're here as a rescue mission to save Moira.
Oh no, I did forget that.
Because they think they have Moira. They don't have Moira. This was a subterfuge. Mystique kidnapped Moira, framing it on Orcus to buy them time. So Mystique and Destiny are interrogating Moira. Oh no. You're not gonna say goddamn it, Raven, in a minute. And so they basically ask Moira, okay, so what's going on? And like, you can't kill me. Moira's going, you can't kill me. It'll reset the universe. Oh yeah, no. We know that. So Mystique pulls out a gun, fires at Moira, and she loses her mutant power because it's a fucking gun that takes it away that Forge built forever ago. Moira is now human. She cannot reset the universe. There is no undo button. This is it.
Hickman, you magnificent bastard! I read your book.
No, I read the book. Thus,
I'm working on it. I was on a day trip yesterday, and I bought another volume of Donna X. We're good. We're good. We're moving.
nice, nice, nice. But ultimately, that is the death of Moira X. That is the death of Moira with the X gene.
He straight up pulled a mom. I brought you into this world. I can take you out of it.
Oh yeah, no, no, no. So basically, we get a little bit of flashback of Emma going like, I'm not going to be part of this, but I will give you the tools you need, and hands them the gun. This is the gift I have, and we see the whole plan on how it worked out, how they did the whole thing, until we get to this point. And basically, they go like, you didn't want to bring Destiny back because we burned you to death? You didn't want any of that back? The whole reason you didn't want any of this to happen is because Krakoa was a lie. You didn't want to save mutant kind. You still see us as a disease that you want to cure. Like, Krakoa was just there to gather all of the mutants to cure them. That was Moira's plan. But all the mutants were like, no, fuck you. But no one knows this. Only Destiny and Mystique know this so far.
So she was planning to betray Charles and Eric.
Literally, this is how it is. I want to save us. Destiny looks at her and goes, no, you want to cure us. Yes. Like, literally, it's just like, she just wanted to, like, to save these people, whether or not they're mutants or not. She, like, little bit of lie and all that kind of stuff. The weapon is a blunt instrument, clumsy, a dull blade. What I propose, what I already created in another life, is a scalpel. That gun only works for mutants who have already manifested. My cure works before then. It prevents someone from ever becoming a mutant. That's the beauty of it. You get them when they're children, and they grow up never knowing what they lost. As we see the end of the battle between Xavier, Nimrod, and Magneto, as slowly Magneto and Xavier just die. They get crushed, they get murdered, all of it. And like like they're destroying Omega Sentinel and Nimrod as well. Like, it's mutually assured destruction at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But they die, and then we cut back to Mystique, Raven, and all them. And Raven's going like, alright, now that you're no longer a mutant, I'm gonna kill you, because you're a bastard. Fuck you. And then Cypher walks in and goes like, I don't think so. We don't need this. We don't need murder.
Doug, my boy.
I mean, I don't want to sell things short. This looks ominous too, but forever? That's pretty serious business. You need to go home, child. This is not the place for you. Raven, be careful. I am blind in this moment. Destiny doesn't know what the future holds here.
Oh, fuck.
She didn't know what this little epicenter was. She knew that she would get here, but not what would happen, because there was something in the way blocking it. Chaos and breaking, very serious business, but this probably, right? I've been listening to it for a while, longer than anyone could imagine. I'm not joking at all. It's a total solid plan. Just one small problem. When you took her powers, you made her human. And now you want to kill her. But we have laws regarding that, don't we? Murder no man. So, if you insist on going through with this, I will be forced to report you to the proper mutant authorities. Because while you may be a rule breaker, I am not. Basically, Mystique goes like, you don't know what she's capable of. And he goes like, no, I do, and I agree. It's always disappointing that the way those who were supposed to protect us always end up too busy projecting themselves to do the job. Protecting themselves to do the job, but that doesn't mean we can't be better. She has to die. I say she doesn't. Basically, it's the idea of like, Moira made this thing in order to eventually get to the point where she can cure mutants. And Mystique is going like, it's a whole lie, it's fabrication, it's all bullshit. And Cypher's going like, no, what she made, fundamentally, on its level, is good. We just don't have to do the rest of her plan, and we can just work our things through. She was blind to the possibility. Okay? And then Mystique goes like, oh, what are you gonna fucking do? What can you do? Child, you are a problem I could solve before I wake up in the morning. And what about them? As Cypher pulls out Krakoa, his wife and warlock.
Oh shit, fuck.
3 of the most badass motherfuckers in this story arc. Like, legitimately, it's the island of Krakoa. Because Krakoa and Cypher are bros.
Krakoa, the island that walks like a man.
Okay. And basically, Destiny goes like, alright, Raven, I can see what's going to happen here. I can see the future. 1 of 3 options. We kill her, he'll report us, we go in the pit. Your exile, I'll die in 6 months after that. I'll not be reborn a second time. Well, that sounds bad. We can attempt to kill the boy, but that will fail too. Fail. You will die, I will not. I will remain on the council. It is possible, but not likely, that you will be eventually resurrected 3 years from now. Okay. That's strike 2, right? It's always difficult to find out you're not the baddest person around. Honestly, you shouldn't feel too bad. There's no shame in falling to Bell. My lady is the beast. The boy wins. We let Moira escape. We remain on the council and consolidate power, as does he. And basically, that's what happens. They go like, all right, Moira, you're gone. Your arm has been done by the process of getting rid of your powers. Like, you don't have an arm. That's just how everything worked out. So Cypher tells Warlock to give her a Warlock arm, and she go to basically keep track of her. Just to keep an eye on her, so she doesn't fuck shit up again. And they let her out through one last portal. And basically go like, all right, enjoy your humanity while you can. Run, cause we're gonna come after you eventually. Enjoy it while you can. Enjoy it while you run. And then 1 week later, Xavier and Magneto are resurrected by Emma Frost.
Mm-hmm.
And we get the whole like, to me, my X-Men, the whole thing. And they go like, all right, long enough for things to change. You've been gone for about a week. What have you done, Emma? Exactly what you would have done, Charles. Something quite radical. I told the council. I told them the truth about you, about Eric, about that woman you have been hiding. All your secrets, all your lies, all the failed lives. We eventually came to an agreement. We agree that you weren't wrong to keep the secrets. You were just wrong to keep them to yourselves. So now it will be held by all of us. The Quiet Council is a curse now, not just a burden. However, it is one we will continue to share, one we will carry for our people, and so will both of you. But Charles, most of all, our first among equals, our leader of mutants, the most guilty of all of us. Heavy is the head, Professor X. Enjoy your crown. Solidifying that what everybody says about Professor X, that he is the biggest asshole with the rightest ideas. Like, he is broken and molded by his bad decisions.
Mm.
as we finally see the Quiet Council as it is. The nation's founders, Magneto and Professor Xavier, the always faithful Nightcrawler and Storm, the trustworthy Colossus, the innocent children, represented by Krakoa and Cypher and Warlock, who aren't part of the Quiet Council, but they keep eye on it. Basically, what will the children say of your actions? Kind of thing. The Broken Keepers, Emma, Hero, Kate, Villain, what's his name? Black King. He was in First Class.
Shaw.
Shaw. The Killers, Raven and Destiny, The Liar, Sinister, and the True Believer, Exodus. Krakoa was created to last, to endure end times, built on hope, paid in full, and able to withstand any force that would rise against it. We built the walls high and locked ourselves inside forever.
Well, so did the Romans.
Yeah, but like that's kind of the point. It's like they built up this big thing, all this kind of stuff. It's built on a cycle of rebirth, and it's all this kind of like, is Krakoa a blessing or a curse at this point? What will it become?
Well, that entirely depends on how the editors are feeling this time next year.
Yeah.
Uh, so shit, you gonna keep reading?
Oh yeah, no. I'm knee deep in X Men. I'm good. I'm reading.
Yeah. From what I've read too, I'm confident in Duggan at least for the foreseeable future.
Yeah. Oh, we'll talk about Duggan X Men in a bit.
Okay. Yeah. Seems pretty baller.
Oh yeah.
Sad Hickman's going at least for now, but seems like a strong end.
But he also left over open story possibilities for the writers too. It's not like he was like, "All right, fuck you, ending my story." It's like, no, no, no. I can come back and finish at any time, but like, here's the thing. Here you go.
Here's your toy box, kids. Have fun. Just
Yeah.
don't break anything.
Don't break anything I can't fix.
Hmm.
Because he can fix Franklin like that.
I could put that joint back in its socket, but don't like fucking break that accessory in half.
Yeah. So, Captain America Iron Man. I read issue 2.
It, it's not like it's bad. It's just it wasn't interesting enough for me to want to keep reading.
And that's fair enough because this is just basically a continuation. It's just like a little bit of fight. They asked the friends of 51 and they were like, "Oh, here's some information, blah blah blah." They go on, they find the thing, they fight the woman. She has like Doc Ock claws and they have a
Nice.
little brawl and there's a fun little moment. She's depowered for a moment and one of the heroes like tries to shoot and kill her. And Cap goes like, "No, fuck you. She's depowered. That's fucking bullshit. Don't do that." As she starts to get her powers, the Doc Ock arms start to turn back on. It's like, "Oh, they're back on." Cap just goes like, "Punch, knock you out." Like, I don't want you to die. I don't want you to fight though. As 51 escapes with the Hydra Cap armor from Secret Wars. No, Secret
Oh
Empire.
shit.
Yeah, yeah. But we both read Amazing Spider-Man number 84.
Yeah, this issue was a lot of fun. I liked it.
Oh, yeah. Also, it's really nice to see 2 classic Doc Ock looks.
Yeah, I'm surprised we haven't gotten a Marvel Legends of him in the white suit before. It's great.
We got the white suit, which is Sal's favorite from Comic Pop.
Mm-hmm.
But then we also got the Spider-Man 2 movie costume.
Yeah, right at the end there. It's nice.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But Doc Ock is just basically going, "Beyond stole my technology. Fuck them."
And I love how Ben's like, fair enough, but like, could you not be stealing and hurting people? And he's like, well, they did it first.
I
He's like,
oh
fair enough, but I'm just gonna turn your arms off real quick. And I love how it doesn't even phase Otto. He's just like, but seriously, all right. Well, I'm just gonna keep going.
yeah. I love a Spider-Man Doc Ock relationship that's just kind of like, remember the Looney Tunes shorts with the wolf and the dog and the sheep,
Little bit,
where
little
they clock
bit.
out and they're friends, but when they clock in, they're mortal enemies. I like a Doc
Uh-huh.
Ock that respects Spider-Man. It's just like, come on, Spider-Man, we level with me. Can I steal this? No. Come, you say that all the time. Yeah, because it's still wrong. But I need it. For
He's,
what?
he's, he's like Rocket. Now, what if I really want it? Does it still count as stealing?
Yes. And Doc Ock is just really fucking petty.
What if I kill him first? Then is it okay? No, that's murder!
Hey, Spider Man, who's this weird kid wearing a costume that looks like yours but worse? Oh, he's Spider Man. No, you're Spider Man. And I was Spider Man for a while. Spider Man's a prestigious title. You can't let anybody be Spider Man. Hey, I
Are
can
there
be
any more
Spider.
Spider? Are there any more Spider-Mans I should know about? And then Miles walks in.
God damn it. What's wrong with this black Spider Man? Whoa, whoa, buddy, you can't say that. Why? His costume's mostly black. What do you want me to call him?
Spider-Man.
How am I going to differentiate you two? Okay,
All
look, you
right.
just can't call him Black Spider-Man. Why can't I call him Black Spider-Man? Is there a reason I can't call him Black Spider-Man?
And he just lifts up his mask enough to show his neck, and he's
Fair
like,
enough, I
"Oh,
shall not call you Black Spider-Man.
okay, from now on, my Spider-Man is Spider-Man 1. The one with the shit costume is Spider-Man 2. This kid is Spider-Man free." And he's like, why do I have to be Spider-Man free?
Fine, Spider-Man Alpha. So I just could be lucky I'm not calling you piece of shit.
Mhm.
Like, that's the Doc Ock I want. The guy who's, like, mostly a bad guy, but if, like, shit goes to fuck, Spider-Man can go, like, Doc, help. Yeah, no,
Mhm.
I'm helping you. We're doing this.
Yeah. Also, like, I hope by the end of the Beyond arc, let Ben and Jeannie have one successful date, please, for the love of God.
That's honestly why I just want fucking all the Spider-Men to be, like, bros and help each other out.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I want to be on go on a date with MJ, and we want to actually have a fun time. Cool. I'll keep an eye on things for you. Sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
They need, like, seriously, Kane needs to get off the fucking Web Warriors, and the boys need to get together and just work out a schedule. Spider-Man in shifts.
Because if you have Kane, Ben, Peter, and Miles, that's 4 Spider-Men.
Mm-hmm.
Not including any Spider-Women.
Yeah, Jessica is somewhere. I don't know.
Jessica Drew does her own thing. She's fine. But, like, Silk could help out.
Mm-hmm.
And hey, Silk and Kane could get together. That way she doesn't want to fucking bone Peter Parker all the time.
Yeah, and Kane doesn't. Does Kane have an established girlfriend? Ah, fuck it. Kane doesn't have to be lonely anymore. Yay.
Yeah, and then you can also have all the fucking drama. Because he's all fucking PTSD'd and go like, I don't deserve love. I am monster. And she goes like, fuck off, speaking normal sentences. Sorry, I sometimes I revert back to my cloning brooding age.
He's sitting on a rooftop being a brooding edgelord, and she just walks out on a roof in like a robe, and she's like, "Are you gonna get in here and fuck me?" Or, and he's like, "Yes, ma'am."
Kane, it's time for your 2 a.m. dick squishing.
Yes, yes, dear.
Uh,
Kane is the Doomer, Spider-Man. Confirmed.
oh man. Yeah.
Uh, this is a solid issue. I
It's good.
liked
It's
it.
fun. Uh And then we had X-Men issue number 6.
How was that?
Well, it's the introduction of your brand new favorite superhero, Captain Krakoa.
Is it Scott? I feel like it's Scott.
No, it can't be Scott. Scott's dead. We saw Cyclops die in the public eye. This is Captain Krakoa, a new member of the X-Men, who's been helping around New York, pulling cats out of trees and the whole nine shebang. And it can't be Scott. Captain Krakoa can fly.
So it's Scott with help from Jean, right?
It's ultimately this is kind of a flash forward, and we're gonna get the backstory in the next issue.
Mm-hmm.
But it's heavily implied that on a public, very, very public mission the X-Men were on, Cyclops got careless and died. But he still needs to be the leader of the X-Men. So they fashion a new identity as Captain Krakoa so he can do this. But Scott doesn't want to deal with it, and he goes like, "Guys, do I have to have Captain Krakoa on the team? Can we not do this? Scott, you died publicly. We can't just show off our immortality yet. Can you just fucking deal with it?" As he's walking into the X-Men base, and like the Captain Krakoa costume just disappears, and it goes like, "You're adjusting well enough." And he goes like, I'm getting out of uniform and I'm going escaping through the subway. I just want to walk and get my head straight." As he's walking down, he goes to a payphone and calls Ben Urich, who's been like on the case of the mutants and all that kind of stuff, just like uncovering Krakoa things, and goes like, "Hey, I was a friend of Scott Summers. There's no way he could be alive, right?" And he's like, "No, everybody saw him die publicly. I'm sorry for your loss." He was like just trying to find a way out of being this dumb thing and just be Cyclops in the public eye.
Damn it, Scott.
Like, let me double check and make sure I'm like interpreting that right. But like, yeah, no, it's that kind of. Yeah. Scott, when you broke away from the council after a tournament, but the third law of Krakoa states that we must respect the sacred land and the quiet council, fill our obligation. During Krakoa gives away whiskey, medicine. We need some time to properly debate the matter. Tension. Yeah. Basically, like, we need Captain Krakoa. Do all that kind of stuff. Also, there's a side plot where the dude who was genetically modifying his body to colonize Mars lands on Phobos, the moon of Mars. And Sunfire basically goes like, "Hey, buddy, real cool that you did this. I need to take you back to Earth now." And goes like, "No, fuck you. I landed on Phobos. Get the fuck off. It's my moon. This is my moon. Fuck you."
It's your own moon.
And it's just like, "No, this is Araco." It's like, "No, that planet is fucking Mars. I don't give a shit what you name it." And basically they have a big old fight on the moon, and he just fucking adds a bunch of shit to the moon and makes it a habitable place with a Dyson sphere and artificial gravity. And it is like, open secure channel to Orcus. For the attention all my pedals. Operation Phobos has been a huge success. Now they have a base right outside of Rocco.
Oh dear.
Yeah, basically he's walking in the X-Men building as Captain Krakoa, as there's legions of people mourning Cyclops.
Wow.
And just like crying about it. And it's just like, "We're sorry for your loss. Cyclops was his favorite. I'm here now to make sure nothing like that happens again." And like they walk in, all that kind of stuff. "I'm a friend of Scott Summers, Cyclops. He told me about the story you were working on about the mutants, the one that could win you a Pulitzer. I have some things to say, and was wondering if we could meet to discuss the matter. I like that a lot. If I knew what you were talking about, and believe me, I'd remember writing a big Pulitzer-worthy story. Tomorrow's edition isn't exactly investigative journalism. I've never met your friend Cyclops, but he seemed like a good guy. My condolences to you. Hello, are you still there? But here's the thing: Cyclops and then did have a conversation. He was writing an article. Someone messed with his brain, I think.
Hmm. Interesting.
Yeah. So it's going good. It's an interesting book, interesting thing. Captain Krakoa is a cool design.
Captain Krakoa Marvel Legends when?
Probably soon. I mean, it's good.
I'm still waiting on my Betsy Braddock Captain Britain. What the fuck's taking you so long, Dan Yoon?
But hey, why don't you tell me about the Dark Knights of Steel?
All right, let's talk about this fucking book. Oh God. So first off, we open up and we finally get to see where Jimmy Olsen is in this universe. He's some random astronomer.
Okay.
He sees a kryptonite meteorite landing in the forest, and they report it to the royal family. Um, and Bruce is like, "Yo, me and Alfred should go check that out." And Amanda Waller's like, "We might be going to war tomorrow. Maybe the best knight in the fucking army should stay here." And Laura's like, "Nah, go ahead. It's fine. Go find this thing. If it might be dangerous to us, you should get it and get it out of nefarious hands." And he's like, "All right, bet." And then we cut and see the fucking metal men in this continuity are also looking for it. And they just look like a bunch of generic knights. They're nothing like I'm not super familiar with the metal men, so they just look like random knights to me. There's nothing like super characterful about their
The
designs.
Metal Men always look like the utmost D tier DC character, yet you see them in everything. They're just
Hmm.
used all the time. Why?
Somebody really likes them.
But you know
And
what I
it's not
mean?
Dan DiDio because he's not there anymore. So who is it? Is it Jim Lee? Jim, do you like the Metal Men? Leave a comment on our web zone and we'll send you a pizza roll as a thank you.
But like, why? It's just like not a lot of people know about them. They're not popular. But like, whenever you just want to do like alternate DC universe, you always show the Metal Men. Like,
It's a way of proving that you know your lore, I guess. It's like putting an obscure seeker in the background of a Transformers thing.
but you know what I mean?
Like,
It's just like, oh, we want to show how this world is different. Throw in the Metal Men and how we change
mhm.
the Metal Men, I guess.
Anyways, they're only in 2 pages because they fucking come up on Zala Jor-El and they're like, "Yo, fucking peasant, get out of the way. We're going to check out this weird rock." And she's like, "Peasant, bitch, please." And then she just fucking spears one of them and it cuts away. Uh and on Amazon Island, fucking King Black Lightning shows up and he goes to step onto the beach and they fucking put swords at his neck and like, yo, no men on Amazon Island. It's not okay. And he's like, fair enough. Can we talk on my boat? Is it safe for you to come on my boat? And
My
they're like,
boat.
yeah, yeah, let's do that. So they go in there and they're like, so here's the deal. Zala was living on your island for a couple of years and then she just came and killed my son. The fuck's up with that? And Wonder Woman is like, oh, Zala would never do that. You're full of shit. You got to be full of shit. You fuck you. Oh, and he's like, I fucking watched her fly up and then drop my son from like 50 feet in the air to kill him. Don't fucking argue with me on this. You're political allies of mine. If I go to war with the kingdom, are you gonna help me? Yes or no? And Hippolyta's like, yeah, bet. And he's like, okay, cool. I'll let you know if it happens or not. Bye. And Wonder Woman's like, how could you do that? Zala's one of us. We've been training her since she was a girl. Well, she's my best fucking friend, and she wouldn't. And she's like, and Hippolyta's just like, calm down. I don't know what your girlfriend did or didn't do, but you're way too close to this. You need to leave it alone. And she's like, no, I'm gonna go check on her. You can't leave the island. The fuck I can't. And she goes to leave, and Lois is like, yo, are you okay? Do you need any help? And she's like, no, just make sure my mom doesn't go crazy or anything. So Wonder Woman leaves on a Pegasus. Uh, and then we cut over to Black Lightning's boat in the middle of the ocean. And then Zala shows up and kills him.
Mm.
And the fucking is basically like, yo, Constantine, my daughter's the queen now. Help her not die or fuck up or anything, please. I'm basically making you Godfather. Don't fuck it up. Bye. And he's like, and Constantine's like, fuck my life. So then we cut over for the final scene where Bruce and Alfred find the dead bodies of the metal men, and they come up on the piece of kryptonite, which is literally just a shard the size of this water bottle. And Alfred picks it up and he goes to hand it to Bruce, and he's like, "What is it? What do you think this is?" And Bruce just fucking faints.
Hmm.
And, and Alfred's like, "Oh shit, are you okay?" And he's like, "I think, I think the rock hurt me because of who I am, who I really am." Oh fuck, Alfred, I gotta tell you. Alfred's like, "Oh, I know. I've always known, and I think I should probably tell you the stuff Jor-El didn't get to tell you." So next issue we're doing Batman backstory. Yay! Woohoo! Ah!
Yahoo!
This is a good issue. I really like this issue. It's very fast paced and suspenseful.
So, how are you feeling about your murder girl?
It's a take.
Is it a bad take for an alternate version?
No. If this were somehow an incontinuity story, I'd be very upset. But for alternate universe stuff, like yeah, this is fun. It's an interpretation of Kara that works. I mean, she was a Red Lantern for crying out loud, so it makes sense that like if she actually got to know her dad on Earth and you killed her dad, she'd get a little upset and murder happy.
Yeah, fair enough, fair enough.
Girl's got anger management issues. She's my fave, but I won't lie, she's a problematic fave.
But overall, you gonna keep reading?
Oh, definitely, definitely. I'm with this book till the end of the line, at least.
Well, that's all the books we read this week.
We did
Do you want to
it.
tell people where they can find you?
Well, my address is 14568. I'm not actually. I'm bullshitting you. Haha, you can't dox me yet. But if you want to dox me virtually, go do it at youtube.com/c/the vacuuminator. I make videos primarily about tokusatsu. I just had my 10th anniversary a couple weeks ago. You can watch that video. You can watch all my videos. In fact, I encourage you to do so. And I also encourage you to follow me on Twitter at the vacuuminator and on Instagram at the_vacuuminator.
Hey, howdy, howdy. I make a variety of content on the internet. You want to watch Twitch streams? Go to twitch.tv/Boingo Writer. Do you want to watch video essays and editorials? Search for Boingo Writer on YouTube. Do you want to see me on Twitter? It's Boingo_Writer. On Instagram at Boingo_Writer. On TikTok at Boingo_Writer. And yeah, that's it for all that. But if you like this podcast, be sure to subscribe on YouTube, Modular Media. We have this podcast and many more, including Modular Media Wrestling Podcast, where we talk about pro wrestling. Components, where we talk about a variety of concepts. No More Games, where every other week we talk games news and information and whatnot. And the final podcast, Twit. Why don't you tell them about Twit, Vac?
We talk about tokusatsu on that. How about that? I gotta watch fucking Zenkaiger in the morning. If it's subbed. Is
Fair
it
enough.
subbed actually? I'm gonna go ahead and check that. I'm gonna ignore the end of this episode and just go
Well,
on torrents.
well, ultimately, that's kind of the end of the episode. We're done. So unless you have anything more to say,
Uh I think I'm gonna. I think I don't know if I could actually ever find time to do it, but I will write that Kane/Silk fanfic on my my things to write list.
enough said.